Hello everyone. In today's tutorial I'm gonna do the same as the one before, just this time I will do it only with C# scripting without the MotionKit component. So I will create a scene and I am going to name it MotionKit tutorial script. Now I will open it and I am going to use the same model as before, which is contained in the MotionKit samples folder, this rounded cube. I will duplicate the cube so I can take it outside of the prefab 3D model. I can delete this one and I will set this scale to 1, 1, 1 as I did before. So the first thing that we want to do is again make it to react with clicks. For that we need the event trigger and we need to add an event which will be pointer click, and as we did before I'm going to fill this later. For this to work we will need again the event system, and in the main camera we will need to add physics raycaster. Now I want this cube to do something when I click it, so I will select it first and I will add a box collider. You can see that the box collider is of a good size again. And now I will create a new script called cube script T for tutorial, again to differentiate it with regards to the existing script, cube script. I will need to open this, and here I will implement a handler for the click event. So it's gonna be public void on cube click, and just to test if it is working or not I will do the same as before, debug.log cube clicked. I will save this script. I will go back to the editor, and now I select again the cube and I will add a callback to this event. So the object is going to be the cube. I will need to add the script for the handler to appear as an option. So I'm dragging it here and then I can choose it, cube click. Now I will test it and it is working. Now we need to go back to the script. I will start by removing this debug line, MotionKit, Alt Enter to import the package. And now I will type in get motion. I will set as the owner this, which is this cube script that we are on currently. And I will set the reuse ID as scale. I think of this reuse IDs as which is the property that I'm going to be animating, so it makes sense to name it scale. The third parameter is a method that will receive a vector3 value, so I will define it as a lambda expression. So what this method do is it receives the scale and it will be assigning it to the transform local scale while the animation takes place. Now the next thing that I can do is just play the animation. So in the play method we need to define some elements such as the initial value. In this case I want it to start where it is at currently, so I will type transform.local scale. The final value I want it to be a new vector which will be 1, 2 and 2, so it will grow in the vertical axis as well in the depth axis, but it will remain in the x-axis with the size that it currently has. And the final parameter is the duration, which in this case is going to be 1.2 seconds. Now we can go back to the editor and test if this is working. Yeah, it does. However, we will need to set an extra parameter, which is going to be the easing. Otherwise, the movement will be so boring. I will type in set easing, and here it receives MotionKit easing, which is a class that contains many easing animations. Elastic out, and this should make the animation look way better. Perfect. Alright, now what we want to do is once we click it again, it should go back to its normal size. So for this I will need to go back to the Visual Studio editor and I will create a flag, private bool is upscaled. So here in the event handler I will evaluate whether it is upscaled or not. So if it is upscaled, then I will need to downscale it. So I will copy and paste these lines And with this version, I just need to change the scale to 111. All the rest I think should work, and else it should grow, right? Because it is not upscaled if that's the case. And at the end of the method, we should toggle the upscale value. Since both blocks of code share the same owner and reuse ID, it means that they will be using the same underlying motion object. So they will interrupt one another and they will look as you would expect. Now we can go back to the editor and try this. And it is working perfectly. I think this is all for this tutorial. So see you in the next one.